In 2005, the Utah State Legislature enacted legislation establishing the Lifeline program, a fund through which individuals with bleeding disorders can receive financial help with high insurance premiums, COBRA payments, catastrophic out-of-pockets, and medical expenses associated with the diagnosis and treatment of bleeding disorders. Administered by the Utah Hemophilia Foundation, the Lifeline program has 3 requirements for demonstrating eligibility for participation in the program: residency in Utah for the past 12 months or longer, verification of the diagnosis of bleeding disorder, and verification that annual out-of-pocket insurance and medical expenses for all household members are greater than 7.5% of an applicant's adjusted gross income. The procedure for making application for financial assistance through the Lifeline program is straightforward and can be accomplished without difficulty. An application is filled out and submitted to the offices of the Utah Hemophilia Foundation. It is important that the application be complete with the required documentation, which must include insurance information, a copy of the applicant's most recent tax return, paycheck stubs, and proof of payment of insurance and medical expenses directly related to treatment of a bleeding disorder. Completed applications received by the Utah Hemophilia Foundation are forwarded to a committee for timely review and determination of eligibility. Since its inception, the Lifeline program has been providing much-needed financial relief in the lives of individuals and families in Utah grappling with the often exorbitant costs associated with the treatment and management of hemophilia and other bleeding disorders.
About 7 months ago, our son Cade was diagnosed with severe hemophilia. We have no family history at all, so it came as quite a shock to us. When we met with the team of doctors and nurses to discuss the treatment that he would need throughout his life and the cost of that treatment, we were quite overwhelmed. Not only was this new diagnosis completely life-altering, but we didn't know how we would be able to afford the treatment he needed to stay healthy and active.
Our insurance plan has a really high deductible. In addition to that, it also has a really high out-of-pocket maximum. On top of all those things, I just graduated college and I started a new job. We'd moved and we're moving in with, living with my parents so that we could save some money while we were building a new home. And so in the midst of all that came Cade's diagnosis with hemophilia. We didn't know how we were going to be able to afford it.
When we got in contact with the Hemophilia Foundation, they were really good to help us through the process of applying for the Lifeline grant. It was really easy, and they helped us to get all of the paperwork and the necessary things so that we could apply and qualify for the money. Because of the money that we received from the Lifeline program, we were able to focus more on Cade and his treatment and what we needed to do and the things we needed to learn to help him to live healthy and active and to live a normal life.
We really are truly grateful to be able to have had help, to be able to, it's made it so much easier for us to focus on Cade. And there's so much to learn coming into the hemophilia and the bleeding disorder community. There's so many things we didn't know about. There's so many, this is a whole other world we've never seen. And the help the Lifeline grant's given us is to be able to learn, to be able to free up our time and resources that we'd be worried about money all the time, to learning about what we can do to better help our son so that he can grow up and live a life largely unaffected by what he's been diagnosed with. We're terribly grateful for it and can't say enough to say thank you for it.
A downloadable Lifeline program application can be found in the main menu of this DVD. The staff of the Utah Hemophilia Foundation is available to answer your questions by phone at 801-484-0325 or by email at www.hemophiliautah.org.